Welcome back to Pilots Baseball from Doc Young Field. Game 2 of the doubleheader on tap between the Pilots and Ospreys. Jared Greenspan here with you on the Pilots Radio Network. Special guest Nessa is back for more. You ready for Game 2?
Yeah.
All right. Louis Rivera, who threw 2 innings to finish off Game 1, is on the mound. His first pitch home was a fastball, sawed foul down the left field side, and it's 0-1, and we are underway. Thomas Kendrick leads things off for the Ospreys. Left-handed hitter digs back into the batter's box against Rivera, the right-handed hurler. Rivera's 0-1 is a cutter lined into right field, base hit, and Kendrick gets the Ospreys started with a leadoff single. Ospreys had just 1 hit in Game 1 of the doubleheader. That was a pop fly double down the right field line in the first inning off the bat of Shane Andrews. So a promising start here for Ocean. Russell Halverson, right-hand hitter, digs in. Rivera's first pitch is a cutter that spins over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Rivera comes set. Deals the 0-1 to Halverson, and it spins inside 1-1. Jacob Berman threw 5 scoreless innings of 1-hit ball in Game 1. Rivera relieved him in the 6th. Through 2 scoreless innings, worked around a couple of walks. In his outing, the 1-1, line drive left field, hooking down the line, foul in the corner. A long foul ball off the bat of Russell Halverson, and it's 1-2. Pretty good swing on that one.
Yeah.
Pilots took the opener 2-0 after taking Game 1 Thursday night 8-6. Looking to sweep this 4-game set. Game 1 postponed, makeup to be determined due to rain. 1-2 the count to Halverson. Kendrick leads off first with nobody out in the first. Just getting going at Doc Young. Here's the pitch. High chopper towards short. Hager waits on the high hop. His only play is to first. He'll sling it over there just in time for out number 1. Nicely done by Kevin Hager as Kendrick scampers down to second. And in steps Colin Quintana. Run you around the defensive alignment real quickly for the Pilots. Lots of changes. Tony Silva in left field. Tyler Stone in center. And Alex Turner in right. Robert Clawan's not playing Game 2. And more changes on the infield. But first, the first pitch home from Rivera is swung on and missed. 0-1. Pitch well below the knees. Nate Miller, who played right field in the opener, draws his first start at third base. Hager and Dreyer up the middle, and Liam Horton, normally the third baseman, plays first. Rivera's 0-1 is chopped towards third, a foul ball, 0-2. And then Will Finley, the designated hitter in the first game, catches Rivera with Ethan Didabo shifting from catcher to DH, trading places with Finley. 0-2 the count to Colin Quintana, big right-handed hitter. Kendrick leads off second with 1 away in the first. Scoreless game just underway. Rivera deals, and he yanked it outside. 1-2, missed with a fastball. Still bright blue skies, a little bit of overcast. The sun peeking its way from behind the clouds. A hot, humid day at Doc Young. 1-2 from Rivera in the dirt, and it goes through the wickets of Finley, allowing Kendrick to head on down to third on the wild pitch. So the Ospreys did not score in Game 1. Now have a runner at third with 1 out. And Colin Quintana in a 1-2 count. Rivera out of the stretch, looks towards third, deals home. And it's popped up a mile-high left field, hit pretty well. Silva easing back, angles under it, makes the catch. Here comes Kendrick. Silva's throw to the plate on a hop is a tad late. Kendrick's in standing up, and the Ospreys jump in front first. It's 1-0. So a high towering fly ball off the bat of Colin Quintana gets the job done, and it's 1-0 Ocean. So some more runs early in this game. We only had 2 in the last game. 1 already here. Maybe a high-scoring game? What do you think?
I hope it's a high-scoring game.
That would be pretty exciting.
Last one, it was low.
Very low, just 2 runs. 0-1 here to the cleanup hitter, Thomas Stouch. Rivera comes home, and Stouch swings through the changeup, and it's 0-2. A run home in the top of the first on the sac fly off the bat of Colin Quintana. Kendrick had the leadoff single, went to second on the fielder's choice, and to third on the wild pitch. 0-2, breaking ball just a little bit high. Rivera thought he had that one, but it stays up, and it's 1-2. 1-2 the count, 2 out, nobody on in the first. Rivera deals, and it's popped up. Second base side, Dreyer calling all the way, waits for it to come down and makes the two-handed catch to retire the side. But the Ospreys strike first in game 2. A sac fly drives home a run. 1-0. Pilots coming to bat in the bottom of the first. Welcome back to Pilots Baseball on the Pilots Radio Network. 1-0 Ospreys on top in game 2. Pilots getting set to bat in the home half of the first. Andrew Fierro, right-handed pitcher, toes the rubber for the Ospreys in game 2. Kevin Hager, right-hand hitter, digs on in to lead off for the Pilots. Down 1-0. Fierro working the third base side of the rubber, comes set. His first pitch home to Hager is a fastball that rides high, a ball and no strikes. Fierro making his 5th appearance of the year, his first start for the Ospreys this season. Deals the 1-0 to Hager, and he misses off the inside corner with a fastball, 2-0. 4.26 ERA for Fierro in 6 1/3 inning pitched. Struck out 8, walked just 2, and scattered 10 hits. The 2-0. And that one's on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. Hager, Dreyer, and Stone, the customary 1-2-3 for the Pilots, due up here in the first. Fierro comes home with the 2-1, and Hager punches it first base side. Vernaglia over to grab it, bobbles it, and he'll have no play. Hager beats it out. Vernaglia shading to his right, could not squeeze it in his mitt, and what should have been a 3-1 putout is an E3, and the Pilots have a leadoff base runner. And in steps Connor Dreyer, right-hand hitting second baseman. Hager aboard at first with nobody out. He's got a lot of speed, right?
Yeah.
See if he's off and running in this at-bat. First pitch home to Dreyer is a fastball down the chute for a strike. 0-1. Dreyer reached base 3 times in the opener. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. He's drawn 5 walks this series. There goes Hager with a stop and start. Pitch up and into Dreyer, spins out of the way of a fastball, and it's 1-1. Well, Fierro not paying close attention to Hager on at first. Thought about going there. Fierro comes set out of the stretch. The 1-1 to Dreyer not going, and it's a curveball that drops in at the knees for a strike. 1-2. Beautiful pitch with a right-hander, 6'1", 185 pounds. Will be a freshman at Marist College in the fall. Hager dancing. There he goes. The 1-2 is swung on and fouled. Right field side. Right fielder giving chase, but it's out of play. That's Thomas Kendrick in right field this afternoon for the Ospreys. Stout, Halverson, Kendrick left to right in the outfield. Quintana at third, Pope and Kaplan at short and second up the middle. Vernaglion at first, and Joseph Nolan catching Andrew Fierro. The pitch to Dreyer, swung on and missed, strike 3, chased upstairs, and Andrew Fierro is his first out of the afternoon. Throws it hard.
Pretty hard.
In steps Tyler Stone, right-hand hitting center fielder, drove in a run in the 6th inning in Game 1, giving the Pilots an insurance run. Bats here with Hager aboard at first and 1 away in a 1-0 game. Throw to first, and they might have Hager. He just gets back in. Boy, Hager was leaning the wrong way as Fierro threw that ball back to first. But Vernaglia evidently did not get the tag down in time. So Hager still on at first. Takes a bit of a smaller lead now. Fierro's first pitch to Stone is a fastball that misses up and away, ball 1. 1-0 Ospreys here, just getting underway in the bottom of the first. Game 2 of this doubleheader. A lot of baseball for you today, Nessa, yeah?
Yeah.
How are you liking it so far?
I really like it.
Really like it. The 1-0 to Stone outside, 2-0. A lot of fans here. Did you see when you left the booth down the left field side, first base side? Good amount of people watching this game. Pilots and Ospreys. It's a beautiful day, right?
Yeah.
A little hot. Another throw over. Hager in safely. Two and 0 the count to Stone, the dangerous right-hand hitter. Hager aboard at first with 1 away in a 1-0 game. There goes Hager. The pitch is low. The throw down on a hop is late, and it trickles into center field. Hager on his way to third. Halverson picks it up. His throw on a hop. The tag. He's out at third base. So Hager stole second, tried to push the envelope, but go to third on the error. And Halverson guns him down from center field with a 1-hop strike. So Hager gunned down on the 8-5 putout. Now 2 out and nobody on. And a 3-0 count to Tyler Stone. Fierro still out of the stretch, deals, and he gets a fastball over for a strike, 3-1. Joseph Nolan made a good throw down to second. The catcher with a seat on a hop, but it trickled by both Kaplan and Pope. But Halverson backing up. 3-1 curveball snaps in for a strike, and it's 3-2. Full count to Stone. 1-0 Ospreys. Fierro looking for a scoreless first. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss. Stone chases upstairs. A couple of strikeouts and an impressive opening frame for Andrew Fierro. 1-0 Ospreys. You're listening to Pilots Baseball. We'll be back for the top of the second. Welcome back to Pilots Baseball on the Pilots Radio Network. Pilots down 1-0. Louis Rivera begins his second inning of work with a first pitch fastball that misses low and in to the left-hand hitting Josh Kaplan. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0. Lace left center field chasing Silva over in the gap. He'll get there and he'll make the leaping catch for out number 1 in the second. Tony Silva, the jack-of-all-trades defenseman for the Pilots, started game 1 at third, started the last game in left, shifted to center later on, made a nice diving catch. First pitch from Rivera to A.J. Giannetti, and the designated hitter swings through a fastball, 0-1. It's important to have a player like Silva on your team, someone who could play so many different positions. The versatility really helps. The 0-1, line drive left field. Silva has it measured up, drifts back a couple of strides, and right on cue, he'll make the one-handed catch. He's busy out there this inning, right?
Yeah.
So, 2 quick outs in the second inning for Louis Rivera, and Joseph Vernaglia, the first baseman, steps on in. Big left-hand hitter. Rivera out of the stretch, 2 outs and nobody on, deals the first pitch home, and it sails up and away on a fastball, ball 1. Ospreys tagged Rivera for a run in the first on a sacrifice fly. The 1-0 misses below the knees, 2-0. Rivera, this is his 4th inning of the day. He threw 2 scoreless frames to close out game 1 and a Pilots win. 2-0 right down the chute. Vernaglia taking all the way, and it's 2-1. Not sure who the Pilots have after Rivera this afternoon in game 2. Might have to turn to a couple of position players. 2-1 the count. The pitch to Vernaglia, well up and away. Lost grip of some sort of off-speed pitch, and it's 3-1. Kevin Hager, Connor Dreyer, the middle infield combination, each volunteered to pitch in the dugout in between games of the doubleheader. 3-1 the count. Rivera comes home, and it's swung on and missed. Vernaglia fishing below the knees, and it's 3-2. Three and 2 the count. Rivera looking for a 1-2-3 frame, but he misses inside with the fastball, ball 4. And Louis issues a 2-out walk. And that'll bring up the catcher, Joe Nolan. Had to shed his gear again, take off all the shin guards and pads. He steps back into the plate. 2 outs and 1 on. First pitch from Rivera misses in the dirt, 1-0. Will Finley completing the battery in game 2. Ethan Didabo, who caught game 1, switching places with Finley. He's the DH for the second game. Rivera's pitch. Fastball dots the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. The sun's starting to peek out from the clouds. It's probably not too nice for the people on the field. Probably significantly hotter, right?
I know.
1-1. Swinging a foul tip into the mitt of Finley, who holds on, and it's 1-2. At least you have that hat. That probably helps.
And there's sunglasses.
Oh, and sunglasses. You're prepared. 1-2. Swinging a foul tip straight back at us. I didn't flinch that time. Did you flinch?
No.
No?
I just slapped.
Haha. That's a good reaction. Still 1-2. Rivera looking to pitch a scoreless second. Pilots down 1-0. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball twists in there for strike 3 call. The beautiful spinning pitch. And Rivera gets Nolan looking. Louis works around a 2-out walk. Still 1-0. Ospreys on top, heading to the bottom of the second. You're listening to Pilots Baseball. And welcome back to Pilots Baseball on the Pilots Baseball Radio Network, live from Doc Young Field, Game 2 of a doubleheader. Pilots took the opener 2-0. They trail in the second game 1-0, about to bat in the bottom of the second. Jared Greenspan here, along with Nessa, has joined me for Game 2. Your stamina's pretty good here. First time on the air, 2 games. How about that? Ethan Didabo, left-hand hitting designated hitter, caught the opener, gets off his feet for Game 2, and he steps on in against Andrew Fierro, the right-handed hurler. Fierro slings the first pitch home, and it's a curveball that snaps in on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. 4, 5, 6 in the order. That's Didabo, Miller, and Finley for the Pilots. Fierro deals, and Didabo rolls it to first. A foul ball. Vernaglia had the line covered, and it's 0-2. It's got to feel nice for Didabo. He caught the first game to be able to just hang out in the dugout and swing the bat for Game 2. It's probably hot with all that catching equipment, right?
Yeah.
The 0-2. Outside 1 and 2. Very hot, very hot. But we got our water, we got our hats, sunglasses. We're ready. 1-2 the count. Fierro with the pitch to Didabo, and the curveball spins around the outside corner for a ball. 2-2. Didabo looking to get the Pilots going here in the second, down 1-0 in Game 2 of this doubleheader. And remember, these are just 7-inning games in the ACBL. Doubleheader 7 innings. Otherwise, your normal 9-inning baseball game. 2-2 the count. Fierro deals, and Didabo punches it straight back, a foul ball. Still 2-2. Didabo's made his mark this series. Had the go-ahead sacrifice fly in the 5th inning in Game 1, and then a 2-run homer Thursday. 2-2. Popped up first base side. Vernaglia drifting back behind the bag. He's called off by the second baseman Kaplan, and it's Kaplan who makes the catch for the first out of the second. Nice communication there by the infielders. That'll bring up Nate Miller, right-hand hitter, hitting 5th for the Pilots. Fierro out of the stretch. First pitch to Miller is a breaking ball swung on and missed. 0-1. We just got some reinforcement water. That's pretty good. It must have heard us complaining about the heat. 1-0-1, sorry, ripped at and missed. Miller chasing upstairs to expand the strike zone, and it's 0-2. So Fierro looking sharp. 5 batters into his outing. The 0-2 to Miller. Breaking ball, laced to short, handled on the backhand, and now botched by Pope. Slings to first, not in time. Miller beats his out. Ran through the bag with his arms extended outwards to single safe, and he's going to reach. It was a tough play on the backhand, but Pope botched it. I'm going to rule that down as an E6. Second error of the game defensively committed by the Ospreys. So Miller aboard at first. In steps Will Finley, right-hand hitter. First pitch home is swung on and dribbled up the first base side. This is going to curl fair. It does curl fair. And Vernaglia steps on the bag at first for out number 2 as Miller scampers down to second. Sometimes with those dribblers up the first or third base line, the ball might start off foul, then curl fair, or do the reverse. You never know, especially with the way the grass is growing, right? Liam Horton steps in. First pitch is swung on and popped up. First base side, foul territory. Vernaglia over near the sidewall, reaching, and it's out of play. About 10 feet beyond his reach. 0-1. Horton did not play in Game 1. He is playing Game 2, shifted over to first base. Nate Miller, who's aboard at second with 2 outs, playing third rather, Horton's usual position. Horton looking to drive Miller home. Pilots down 1-0 in the second. Right-hander with the open stance into the box. The 0-1 in the dirt, blocked nicely by the catcher Nolan, and it's 1-1. Miller leading off second. Fierro with the pitch to Horton. Breaking ball swung on and missed. 1-2. 1-2 the count. Miller, the runner at second. He reached on the error. The pitch to Horton. Off the outside corner. Horton lays off for ball 2, and Horton has such a great eye. Leads the team with walks. Showing patience here. The 2-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Strike 3. Horton goes down swinging to retire the side. Pilots get a 1-out base runner, but strand Miller at second base. 1-0 Ospreys. We're through 2 in game 2 at Doc Young. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pilots Baseball, Pilots Radio Network. 1-0 Ospreys here. Ocean leading game 2 with his doubleheader in the third. Luis Rivera out for his 3rd inning of work in this game, his 5th inning of work in the doubleheader overall. He'll face 9-1-2 in the Osprey order, beginning with the shortstop Dylan Pope. Left-handed hitter with the open stance climbs in. Rivera out of the stretch. First pitch is belted right field, hit pretty well. Over in the gap, Stone along with the right fielder Turner, and it's Turner who calls to make the catch for out number 1. Well, we talked earlier about wanting to see a home run. That was hit pretty well, but didn't really get close, and this is a deep ballpark for the ACBL. 380 to center, 338 to left, 327 to right. That's pretty far.
Yeah.
Thomas Kendrick, left-hand hitter, digs in top of the order. Rivera's first pitch, chopped to second. Dreyer fields the bouncing ball on a knee, throws to first in time. 2 up, 2 down on a couple of pitches for Luis Rivera. This inning is flying by. Now Russell Halverson, 3rd man up in the inning, takes his time stepping into the box. Rivera in a groove, working quickly and efficiently. On the mound, ready to go. Out of the stretch, first pitch is a fastball over the middle for a strike. 0-1. Halverson bounced out to short. A tough hopper handled by Kevin Hager back in the first. Rivera's 0-1. On the outside corner with a cutter, and it's 0-2. Rivera working very quickly. He has settled in. Ahead in the count, 0-2. Louis deals. Ground ball to third, foul. Miller had the line covered on the backhand, and that one hooked to the right of the bag. A foul ball, and so it stays 0-2. You play a lot of positions. Do you ever play third base?
I do it sometimes.
Sometimes? It's a long throw over to first, right?
Yeah.
You good at it?
Well, it kind of rolls.
It rolls. That's okay. They roll it sometimes. That one's punched foul over the first base dugout. Still 0-2. Then it's up to the first baseman, right, to field the rolling or hopping ball.
Yeah.
Teamwork. Jared Greenspan alongside Nessa here from Doc Young Field. 1-0 Ospreys. The 0-2. Wave and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Finley slings it down to first to complete the strikeout. Horton steps on the bag. It's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Luis Rivera. 1-0 Ospreys on top, heading to the bottom of the third. Welcome back to Pilots Baseball on the Pilots Radio Network. Pick things up in the bottom of the third, 1-0 game. The Ospreys on top in Game 2 of this doubleheader after the Pilots took the opener 2-0. Jared Greenspan here alongside special guest Nessa here from Doc Young Field. Alex Turner, right-hand hitting right fielder, digs on in. Andrew Fierro ready to begin his third inning of work. The right-hander from the third base side of the rubber yanks a first pitch fastball low and away for ball 1. Turner making his first appearance of the doubleheader and this series, starting Game 2 in right field. The 1-0 misses a little bit upstairs, 2-0. Turner, Silva, and then back to the top of the order with Hager for the Pilots here in the third, trying to get the bats going. The 2-0 way upstairs, ball 3, and Fierro, who has been so good so far through 2 innings, allowing just 2 base runners on a pair of errors, falling behind here 3-0 to Turner, leading off the third. Here's his pitch. Low and away, ball 4. Well, how about that? He doesn't even have to swing the bat, and he's on at first after 4 pitches. Pretty impressive. So in steps Tony Silva, jack of all trades, playing left field today, batting 9th in the order for Game 2, and 1 for 3 with a single in Game 1. Turner with a big lead aboard at first. Fierro, still out of the stretch, deals home, and Silva pops it up right field. The second baseman Kaplan out, the right fielder Kendrick in, slides and makes the catch. He got a late read on that one, which hung up for a long time. Added some unnecessary flair and made the play for out number 1. That's a nice catch.
Yeah.
In steps Kevin Hager, right-hand hitting shortstop. 1-0 Ospreys on top in the third. Turner aboard at first with 1 away, and on cue, Fierro fires over to first to check in on Turner. Muddies himself up with the slide and gets in safely. Hager reached on an error to open the game for the Pilots. Watches the first pitch fastball sail outside, ball 1. Well, Nessa, you've been in this booth for a good amount of time now. What would you say your favorite part about the booth is? Do you like the view? Do you like the ceiling? What do you like? As Hager fouls it off, 1-1.
I like the view.
The view. View's pretty nice, right? I mean, we were just talking about the shrubs in center field. You can hardly see the fence because right behind it on the other side is a coat of ivy, very thick.
Yeah.
1-1 to Hager, golf towards third. Quintana waits on the bouncing ball, slings to second for 1, relay to first, not nearly in time. Hager beats out the return throw as Turner's erased on the fielder's choice for out number 2. 2 outs, 1 on now, as Connor Dreyer steps on it. First pitch to Dreyer, upstairs 1-0.
I've been listening to him on the computer. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
Hager leads off first. 1-0 to Dreyer. A little bit high, 2-0. Wow, we have fans everywhere. All our listeners. To New Jersey Pilots baseball. 1-0 Ospreys here in the third. Hager leads off first. 2-0 to Dreyer. Popped up, first base side, foul ball, and tailing out of play. Vernaglia gave it a look. 2-1. Dreyer batting for the second time today. Went down swinging in the first, chasing a high fastball. Fierro has 3 strikeouts working here with 2 outs in the third. Deals a curveball that hooks in for a strike, and it's 2-2. He's only thrown that curveball a handful of times, but it snaps in there wonderfully. Hager leads off first. 2-2 now the count to Dreyer. Here's the pitch. Fastball low, ball 3, and Dreyer works the count full. Tyler Stone would be next. Dreyer can keep the inning alive for the Pilots. Fierro at the belt, comes home. There goes Hager. The pitch is popped up foul, first base side again, and it will tail out of play away from Vernaglia. 3-2. Pilots haven't been able to score yet. Not a lot of runs today, right? Just 3 total in the 2 games so far.
Maybe they'll get up like the play, like maybe the 5th.
Maybe the 5th. Dreyer slaps one towards second. Handled on the backhand by Kaplan. Makes the strong throw to first off his back foot in time to retire the side. Well, no runs in the third for the Pilots. Maybe, as you said, it'll be the 5th. Luis Rivera back out for more as we head to the top of the 4th. 1-0 Ospreys. We'll be right back. You're listening to Pilots Baseball. Welcome back to Pilots Baseball on the Pilots Radio Network. We're through 3 in Game 2 of this doubleheader at Doc Young. Pilots trail 1-0. Luis Rivera out for his 4th inning of work in this game, and he also threw 2 innings to close out game number 1. So Rivera, 5'9" right-hander, has been a workhorse, and he's pitching really well. 2 scoreless in Game 1, 3 innings of 1-run ball here in Game 2. First pitch to Colin Quintana was a curveball that loops in for a strike. 1-1. Quintana, right hand hitting third baseman, batting third in both games of this doubleheader. Rivera's 0-1, another looper up and in. Quintana turns out of the way. 1-1. Quintana, Stouch, and Kaplan, 3-4-5, the heart of the Osprey order, due up against Rivera in the 4th. He deals and gets a swing and a miss at a cutter below the knees. 1-2. Rivera has so many different pitches, right? A lot of different speeds. Must be hard to hit.
Yeah.
The 1-2 in the dirt comes in low. 2-2. You can hear Rivera grunting as he throws. He is working hard, pitching well. It's a hot, humid day, and now that the sun is out, the conditions are unfavorable.
It's so hot.
It is so hot. You are right. As Rivera misses outside with a fastball. 3-2. The 3-2 pitch to Quintana leading off the 4th is chopped foul at the plate off Quintana's body. A dead ball, and we'll do it again. Ospreys have just 2 base runners through 3 against Rivera, a single and a walk. Here's the pitch. Off the outside corner with a fastball, ball 4. Quintano flips the bat away, and he works a leadoff walk to begin the 4th. So Quintano aboard at first, a leadoff base runner for the Ospreys, trying to add to a 1-0 lead. Thomas Stouch, right-hand hitter, digs on in. Rivera out of the stretch. His first pitch home is a cutter in for a strike. 0-1. Pilots looking to sweep this doubleheader. That would be something, right?
Yeah.
The 0-1. On the outside corner for a strike, 0-2. You play doubleheaders in your league?
What are doubleheaders?
You play 2 games in one day?
Well, only on my last game.
Only on your last game. It's probably pretty tiring, right?
It's very tiring.
Very tiring. You're standing out there in the field all day. It's hot.
It was so hot.
So hot. It's always hot, right?
Yeah.
1-2 pitch. Hooks inside, bends around the corner, and misses for a ball. 2-2. So Stouch has gone from 0-2 to 2-2. The pitch. Chop towards third. Miller backs up, and it skips on by him in the left field. Quintano pulls in at second. Ground ball 8 up Nate Miller. And the Ospreys have the tables set. Runners on at first and second with nobody out against Rivera here in the 4th, and the left-hand hitting Josh Kaplan coming to the dish. Nobody out. You are right. Rivera in a jam. First pitch to Kaplan, shows bunt, lays it down, right back to Rivera. Has a play at third, slings it there in time to get the lead runner. Nicely executed by Rivera, pounced off the mound to get it, and the Ospreys bunt their way into an out. Well, that was pretty good for the Pilots. Nice play by Louis Rivera, the 1-5 fielder's choice putout. A.G. Giannetti digs in. Right-hand hitter takes the first pitch fastball on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1. Giannetti flew out to left field back in the 2nd on a well-struck ball. Comes to the dish here with runners at 2nd and 1st with 1 away in the 4th. 1-0 Ospreys lead. Rivera looks towards 2nd, deals home. And the breaking ball bends in for a strike. 0-2. 0-2 the count. Rivera comes set. Louis looks towards 2nd. Deals home. Popped up, right field side, tailing into the seats, a foul ball. We'll do it again. Well, this would be a difficult jam for Rivera to get out of. Runners on 1st and 2nd, nobody out. It's a sticky situation.
Very sticky.
Very sticky. The 0-2 pitch. Rides upstairs with a fastball, and Giannetti lays off. 1-2. Stouch is the runner at 2nd. He reached on the error by Miller. Kaplan aboard at 1st after his bunt erased the lead runner Quintano at 3rd. 1-2 the count. 5th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. And it's in the dirt, smothered beautifully by Finley. 2-2. Holds Stouch put at 2nd. 1-0 Ospreys here in the away half of the 4th. Ocean searching for more. Rivera readies the 2-2. Rocks and deals. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3. Giannetti chases above the letters for strike 3. And all of a sudden, Rivera is an out away from sidestepping trouble unscathed. And the only man that stands in the way is the first baseman, Joseph Fernaglia. Left-hand hitter climbs in. Runners lead off 1st and 2nd. Rivera's first offering bends outside with a breaking ball. 1-0. Well, 2 outs down. 1 more to go. What do you think? Can he do it?
Yeah.
All right, Nessa says yes. The 1-0 Slash towards third. Miller behind the bag. Handles this hop. Throws to first on a fly. In time to retire the side. Well, Miller, for half a second, thought about touching the bag at third. Realized he was not going to win the foot race. He adjusted mentally and threw a strike to first. So Rivera proves you right. He sidesteps trouble. Heading to the bottom of the fourth, Louis allows no runs in the frame and he keeps the lead at 1-0. Ospreys on top. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pilots Baseball, Pilots Radio Network. 1-0 Ospreys as the Pilots set to bat in the bottom of the fourth against right-hander Andrew Fierro begins his fourth inning of work. He'll do so facing the right-hand hitting center fielder Tyler Stone, who strides into the batter's box right at the very back of the box just now. It's Stone, Dudabo, and Miller, the heart of the Pilots order, due up against Fierro in the fourth. Jared Greenspan here with you at Doc Young Field alongside esteemed special guest Nessa here in her second game of the year, second game of the day. Fierro out of the stretch with nobody on. His first pitch to Tyler Stone is a fastball cut on missed, 0-1. Well, Stone swung through a high fastball to strike out in the first against Fierro. Goes after another one here, steps out of the box for time, now climbs back in. Fierro at the belt. The right-hander deals. And a breaking ball is popped up a mile-high left field. Strauch is in. The shortstop Pope is out, along with the third baseman Quintana. And after all that, it's Quintana who makes the catch. Didn't know who was going to catch that one.
I didn't even see where it went.
Right behind the third base bag, just on the edge of the infield dirt for out number 1. So Stone retired. Ethan Dudabo, left-hand hitting catcher, digs into the box. Waves his bat in the air now as the pitcher Fierro comes set from the third base side of the rubber deals. And he catches the corner with a fastball, 0-1. Dudabo has the luxury of sitting, at least for half of this game, as the designated hitter after catching the opener. The 0-1. High chopper right side. Kaplan, the second baseman, waits for the bouncing ball. Slings it over to first in time for the second out of the inning. So, 2 up, 2 down for the Pilots.
2 already?
Already. Fierro has set down the last 5 Pilot hitters. New Jersey continues to go down quietly. When are these bats going to wake up?
I don't know. They're tired from the first game, probably.
Fatigue definitely could be playing a factor as Fierro deals the first pitch to Miller, who fouls it back our way. You laugh at every one of those that comes back towards us. Entertaining.
It's fun.
It's fun.
I want it to come inside so I can catch it.
So you could catch it? Maybe. The 0-1 lifted in the air, left side of the infield. It's the shortstop Pope with Quintana. Quintana again makes the catch. Well, you saw that one. It was the same play basically as the one you didn't see.
I was looking in the back.
There you go. That's where it was. Right behind the bag on the third base side. Pilots go down easily in the fourth. Another 1-2-3 frame for Fierro, who's dealing. Rivera back out for more, heading to the top of the fifth. Ospreys on top, 1-0. We'll be back on the Pilots Radio Network. Welcome back to Pilots Baseball on the Pilots Radio Network. 1-0 Ospreys with the lead. They've held out ever since 3 batters into this game. A Colin Quintano sacrifice fly gave the Ocean Ospreys a lead, and Andrew Fierro, a right-handed hurler for the Ospreys, has made sure that lead has stayed pat. Louis Rivera has been dealing himself, although he's on the wrong side of the margin right now, waits on the mound as Joe Nolan, the catcher, strides into the box. And we're ready to pick up play in the top of the 5th with the Pilots down 1-0, and Rivera looks to keep up his groove and keep it that way. Louis stranded a pair of base runners in the 4th. Ospreys at first and second with nobody out as they look to add to the 1-0 lead. But Rivera sent down 5, 6, and 7 in the Ospreys order to strand a pair. His first pitch to the right-hand hitting catcher Joseph Nolan is grounded towards short. Hager fields it on a couple of hops, fires over to first on time for the first out of the inning. Well, Nessa, we were talking in the last inning for the Pilots how the Pilots hitters were swinging away and going down very quickly. Right on cue, 1 pitch, 1 out here for the Ospreys.
Yeah.
Do you like shorter innings or longer innings? Well, you like runs.
Yeah.
Not a lot of runs today. First pitch to Dylan Pope floats outside, 1-0.
Only 1 run so far.
Only 1 run in this game, and it's for the Ospreys. 1-0 we stand now. Pope, left-hand hitting shortstop, digs in against Rivera, batting with nobody on and 1 out, and he swings through a pitch in the dirt, 1-1. Rivera pitching great baseball for the Pilots in his 5th inning of work today. Or in this game, rather, in his 7th inning of work today. The 1-1. Inside, did it hit him? It did. It gets Pope on the shin. He'll flip the bat back to the dugout and head on down to first base with a 1-out base runner. So Thomas Kendrick, left-hand hitter, digs on in. The Ospreys have a man on first. Well, you want runs. We got a base runner just for the wrong team, yeah?
Yeah.
Kendrick scored the only run of this game back in the 1st. Takes a first pitch fastball down the chute for a strike, 0-1. Kendrick singled to right field to lead off the game, went to second on a fielder's choice, scampered to third on a wild pitch, and dashed home on a sacrifice fly. Rivera's 0-1. Outside, Finley sliding to his left to prevent the ball from going to the backstop, keeping Pope on at first, and it's 1-1. 1-0 Ospreys batting in the top half of the 6th, of the 5th rather. Game flying by. 1-1 in the dirt. Finley another nice block, and it's 2-1. Kendrick at the dish. Halverson on deck for the Ospreys here in the 5th. Rivera working in his 5th inning. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Kendrick chases below the knees, and it's 2-2. Well, Pope doesn't really look like he's going to try and steal second. What do you think?
Doesn't really look like it.
I would agree. Short lead on at first. Rivera deals the 2-2, and it spins outside, ball 3. So Louis works the full count. Does not want to give Kendrick a free pass here with the heart of the order waiting. Russell Halverson, the number 2 hitter, waiting next. 3-2 the count. There goes Pope. The pitch is chopped towards first. Horton ranging right field. He'll win the foot race to first. Taps on the bag in time. 2 outs. Kendrick retired. And Pope now on at second. And Russell Halverson has a chance to push the Ospreys lead here. 1-0 Ospreys batting in the top half of the 5th. Game 2 of this doubleheader. 3 runs total today. That's not a lot. Very little.
Little.
Grounded to short. Hager in the hole. Plays the backhand hop off his back foot. The long throw, and he got him. Kevin Hager has played a splendid short this afternoon, and he keeps on outdoing himself. Made that one look routine. So Rivera works around the 1-out base runner, throws a scoreless 5th. Pilots looking to break through with the bats, down 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back to Pilots Baseball. In the bottom of the fifth, Pilots still searching for offense in Game 2 of this doubleheader, down 1-0. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 in the New Jersey order due up, beginning with Will Finley against the right-hander Andrew Fierro, who's looked pretty good over 4 innings, don't you think?
Yeah.
Pilots have not had much luck against him. Reached base on a walk and a couple of errors. First pitch to Finley is lifted a mile high left field side. Hooking foul. Quintana, the third baseman, hoping for a play, but he watches as it sails beyond his reach. 0-1. Finley 0 for 1 in Game 2, grounded out to third in the second. In Game 1, he went 0 for 2 with a walk. Oh, and 1 the count. Looking to get the Pilots a base runner leading off the fifth, down 1-0. Fierro's pitch, fouled straight back our way. Made you laugh again? That one wasn't even close. Finley in an 0-2 hole. A lot of foul balls, though, our way across these 2 games. The 0-2 to Finley popped up a mile high again, and that sails over our heads. Untouched and out of play. Liam Horton on deck, then Alex Turner for the Pilots here in the fifth. 0-2 the count. Fierro comes set out of the stretch, deals to Finley, fouls it straight back. That one was close. That one was coming towards us. That one made all of us laugh. So still 0-2. Finley's fouled off a couple of balls here. Fierro deals. Breaking ball, cued foul first base side, and we'll do it again. Finley looking to straighten one out. That one fielded by Horton in the on-deck circle. Pilots down 1-0 in Game 2. They took Game 1 2-0. Spectacular pitching from Jacob Berman and Louis Rivera, and just enough hitting to eke out the win. The 0-2. Inside, did it clip his jersey? It did. So Finley fouled off a trio of balls, kept the at-bat alive, and then wears one down to first. I feel like of all places to get hit by a pitch, the jersey's pretty good. Probably hurts the legs. What do you think?
I don't know.
Horton crushes one to left. High in the air for Strouch. Angles towards the line in fair territory. Makes the one-handed catch. Finley bluffs the tag, draws the throw in. And it's a high first out for the Pilots here in the fifth. Alex Turner digs on in. Turner did not take the bat off his shoulders. Worked a 4-pitch walk in the third. Finley on at first. One away, Andrew Fierro, the starter for the Ospreys, still working. His first pitch, up and away, and so Turner maintains the force field. 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Nessa, do you remember a couple innings ago what you predicted? You said we might have some runs in the fifth.
Yeah.
It's the fifth. What do you think?
I hope there's some runs.
Oh, Pilots have a base runner. That's a start. 1-1 to Turner. Dips below the knees. 2-1. Pilots have only had 4 base runners today. Fierro's pitch. Swinging a chopper towards second. Handled on the backhand by Kaplan. Steps on second. Fires to first in time for the 4-3 double play. We're through 5 at Doc Young. Pilots still off the scoreboard, down 1-0 as we head to the 6th. Welcome back to Pilots Baseball.
7 in at second base. Second baseman to the rubber. Pitcher is bye-bye.
Thank you. Well, we're interrupted, but we're back. Welcome back to Pilots Baseball on the Pilots Radio Network. Pilots and Ospreys in a 1-0 affair with the Ospreys on top in the 6th. Changes galore for the Pilots. Louis Rivera's day is done. Spun 5 innings of 1-run ball in Game 2 on the heels of 2 scoreless innings to close out Game 1. Connor Dreyer in from second base to pitch. Jack Caridi slides off the bench and into second base as Dreyer goes to the bump. He'll face the heart of the order for the Ospreys, 3, 4, and 5, beginning with Colin Quintana. And it's Dreyer, the soft-tossing second baseman, who toes the rubber. That's right, we have a position player pitching. Dreyer into the windup, lobs the first pitch home, and that had some good velocity on a fastball, and I think it surprised Quintana as much as it surprised us, who swung on and missed. 0-1. Dreyer out of the windup, the 0-1. Fastball hammered left field, deep down the line. Silva towards the corner, hooking well foul. Well, home run distance for sure.
It looks like it went to the parking lot.
It did. Thankfully, my car is parked more towards left center than down the left field line.
Oh, mine isn't.
I'm sure it's okay. 0-2 the count. Dreyer ahead of his first hitter, the big third baseman, Colin Quintana. 0-2 pitch. Fastball line left field, base hit. Fielded on a couple of hops from Silva. And so after swinging through the first fastball, Quintana measured it out pretty quickly. Well, Dreyer volunteered to pitch for the Pilots today, knowing they need some more pitchers once Berman and Rivera finish their appearances. Dreyer and Hager, a second baseman and shortstop, each said they were available to throw. Looking to keep this a 1-0 game. Ospreys with the lead. First pitch to Thomas Stouch is a fastball just off the outside corner for a ball. 1-0. Dreyer making his second appearance on the mound this season. Works from the first base side of the rubber and deals. And misses below the knees. 2-0. He pitched on June 22nd, the 9th inning against the Kings. Pilots had a 5-4 lead entering the 9th. 2-0. Line drive left field. Silva angling back, still going, reaches up and makes the catch side of the track for a long first out.
Yay.
While back in that first appearance, he entered for the save, was the third position player of the day for the Pilots. Got through 1 inning, but coughed up the lead, gave up 2 runs, a walk and a strikeout, also a hit. And you could tell
Pinch hitter, 2-5.
that he wanted to get back out on the mound. Wanted some revenge, and so he jumped at the opportunity to throw today, and here he is, dealing, looking to keep this a 1-run game. Jack Zabarski comes off the bench to pinch hit here for Josh Kaplan. First pitch, curveball, bends in a little bit high, 1-0. Quintana on at first. The 1-0 comes in below the knees. 2-0 to Zabarski, who started in the opener at shortstop. 1-0 for 2. Grounds it towards third. Miller in the hole as it go off his glove. Trickles to Hager. Makes a long throw to first. Not nearly in time. Trying to bail out Miller, who could not handle the bouncing ball. And now runners at first and second. Still just 1 out. And A.G. Giannetti coming to the dish, looking to do some damage for the Ospreys. Already up 1-0. Dreyer out of the stretch. First pitch, fastball line drive left field, base hit in front of Silva. Quintana heads to third. He'll be held there. And the bases are full of Ospreys here against Connor Dreyer.
Pinch hitter, 2-1.
And the new hitter will be R.J. Kernan. Left-hand hitter, pinch hits for Joseph Renaglia. Bases are loaded against Connor Dreyer as his back against the wall. First pitch, fastball in the dirt, 1-0. What are you thinking here? Tough situation for Dreyer, right? Pretty sticky?
Yeah.
Looking to keep the deficit at 1 run. Corners pinched in, middle infield and double play depth. The 1-0 is chopped foul at the plate, 1-1. Joe Nolan, the catcher, waits on deck. Dreyer looking for a strikeout or a ground ball here. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at a pitch inside. It goes to the backstop, and in comes Quintana with the second run of the game. The run comes home on the wild pitch, and it's 2-0 Ospreys. And the runners call out at the plate. Quintana came home and committed a blunder. He did not step on the plate as he scampered home. Came right over the top of the plate, did not step down at home. That is unbelievable. And so it goes down as a caught stealing. The run does not score, and Dreyer's a strike away from getting out of this unscathed. The 1-2. Bends outside with a breaking ball, 2-2. Well, I have never seen that before. Colin Quintana came running home and just did not step on home plate. Quintana went right over the dish.
I've done that before.
You've done that before. Well, I guess only half the booth has never seen that before. I guess it's difficult to step on the plate if you're not thinking about it.
I've done it to first place.
To first base, okay. 3-2, bounce foul, first base side. Well, the Pilots get a gift, right? That's a break. See if Dreyer can capitalize and get Kernan out here. 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming to the left-hand hitter. The pitch. Reached for and golfed foul left field side, sailing out of play. We'll do it again. Joe Nolan would be next. A base running blunder for the Ospreys. Quintana did not step on home plate, would have scored easily on the wild pitch. The 3-2 from Dreyer. Inside ball 4. Kernan bends his feet back out of the way. Dreyer issues a walk, and the bases are loaded once again with the catcher Joe Nolan coming to the plate. So Dreyer is not out of the woods just quite yet. Right hand hitting, Nolan digs in, 0 for 2 on the day. Dreyer out of the stretch with the bases full. First pitch, fastball poured down the middle for a strike. 0-1. This would be a big momentum boost for the Pilots if Dreyer can sidestep trouble. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Reached for one off the outside corner and a little below the knees, and it's 0-2. Dreyer once again, 1 strike away. 0-2 the count. Dreyer comes set. Here's the pitch. Just a little bit off the outside corner. Finley tried to buy a strike with a frame and pull it back in. But it's 1-2. Runners lead off every base in a 1-0 game. Ospreys with the lead. And Dreyer steps off. Dreyer with the 1-2. A little bit low, 2-2. Nolan has gone from 0-2 to 2-2 as he works his way back into the at-bat. Two and two, the count. Dreyer's pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3 called. Nolan down looking. Dreyer escapes trouble in the 6th. Keeps the game at a 1-0 score. Pilots will look to even things up when we come back in the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back to Doc Young Field. You're listening to Pilots Baseball on the Pilots Radio Network. Jared Greenspan alongside Nessa here from the booth. Pilots still trail 1-0. That's been the score ever since this game begun, really. 3 batters in, the Ospreys struck first, and the Pilots haven't been able to strike back. 9-1-2 in the order, up against the right-hander Andrew Fierro, still on the mound to begin his 6th inning of work. Working out of the stretch with nobody on. First pitch to Tony Silva is a breaking ball that snaps in for a strike. 0-1. Silva 0 for 1 in Game 2, 1 for 3 in Game 1. Looking to get the Pilots jump started in the 6th. 0-1. Fly ball right center field, hit pretty well. Tailing away from Halverson, it's the right fielder Kendrick, way in the gap, who runs it down. So 2 fly balls to right today in Game 2 for Tony Silva. Back to the top of the order we go. It's the shortstop, Kevin Hager. When are these runs going to come? What do you think?
I have no clue anymore.
First pitch to Hager is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Pilots' bats have gone real quiet in this game.
Yeah.
0-1. On the, just off the inside corner with a fastball, 1-1. Pilots have reached base on a pair of errors, a walk, and a hit batsman. Still eyeing a hit. 1-1. Breaking ball, line drive, fair going down the third base side into left field. Hager rounds first on his way towards second. Smith, the left fielder, digs it out. Hager is in with the slide ahead of the one-hop throw. And right on cue, the Pilots get their first hit, and Kevin Hager has set the table himself. A 1-out double.
Yay.
Yay, indeed. Hager aboard at second. We know he's got a lot of speed. Represents the tying run in a 1-run game in the 6th. 1-0 Ospreys on top. This is just a 7-inning game, being a doubleheader. Connor Dreyer, second baseman converted pitcher, digs on in. First pitch, low and away, 1-0. Well, Dreyer worked the mound in the 6th inning in relief of Luis Rivera, being that the Pilots were out of pitchers. Dreyer volunteered and took the rubber. 1-0. Outside and a little bit high, 2-0 with a fastball. And he worked his way out of trouble, stranding the bases loaded, in part thanks to a base-running blunder by Colin Quintana. The 2-0. Inside, did it hit him? It did. It hits Dreyer on the front shoulder, and he's aboard at first. Second time he's been hit today, and the 3rd time this series he's had to wear one.
Second time.
It hurts, right?
Yeah.
And so the baton passed to Tyler Stone. Runners at first and second, with 1 away. Pilots down 1-0, and it's only 1-0 because of that base running mistake. As I was saying, Dreyer uncorked a wild pitch, went to the backstop. Here's the first pitch to Stone. Breaking ball popped up. First base side. Infield fly rule called. It's the pitcher Fierro makes the catch for the 2nd out. And Tyler Stone is not happy with himself. With some colorful language. We'll gloss over that. As I was saying, what a job by Dreyer in the previous inning to bail the Pilots out. Strand the bases loaded. Because Quintana came home with a wild pitch but did not step on home plate. Jack Caridi digs in, takes the first pitch, breaking ball off the outside corner, 1-0. Caridi batting in Dabo's slot after Dreyer was moved to pitch, and Caridi came into play second. Takes a fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's 1-1. Hager on second represents the potential tying run. Dreyer, the back runner at first, is the potential go-ahead run. 1-1 to Caridi. Breaking ball, ground ball to second. Bouncing ball for Kaplan. He'll sling to second for the force and retire the side. Well, Pilots had a chance. They stranded a pair. It's 1-0. We head to the 7th. You're listening to Pilots Baseball on the Pilots Radio Network.
Oh my God.
Boom. Welcome back to Pilots Baseball on the Pilots Radio Network. So 1-0 game that has really flown by. Ospreys with the lead as we get ready to pick up play in the top half of the 7th. In a 7-inning ball game, new pitcher for the Pilots, second position player of the day. It's Kevin Hager. Connor Dreyer goes back to shortstop. Liam Horton slides over to second. Jack Caridi moves from second to first. So your new infield for the Pilots is Miller at third, Dreyer at short, Horton now at second, and Caridi on at first. And it's Kevin Hager to toe the slab. Hager was one of 2 position players along with Dreyer who volunteered in between games to pitch. Dreyer worked his way out of trouble to hurl a scoreless 6th. And Hager looking to keep this a 1-0 game before the Pilots bat in the bottom of the 7th. Dylan Pope, left-hand hitting shortstop, climbs in against Hager. It'll be 9-1-2 in the Ospreys' order to greet the right-handed flamethrower converted shortstop. Hager has a pretty good stat line this year when it comes to pitching. Right-hander into the windup. First pitch home is a fastball, corked inside, 1-0. Hager has a 1.12 ERA this season. He's thrown 8 innings. 1-0. Ground ball to the first base side. Caridi ranging to his right. Gloves flips to Hager covering in time for the first out of the inning. With a sparkling 1.12 ERA, allowed just 7 hits and more importantly walked just 1 in 8 innings. Struck out 4. He had a 6-inning scoreless start way back on June the 6th and an 8-7 win over the Stallions. Into the windup, his first pitch to Thomas Kendrick misses low and in for a ball, 1-0. And then he threw 2 innings of 1-run ball in relief against the Kings 9 days ago. It was pretty hard to be able to pitch and hit and play the field, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff to do.
A lot.
And Hager is the only hit on this day for the Pilots. 2-0 was a breaking ball lobbed in and he missed inside. 3-0 to the Ospreys leadoff hitter, Thomas Kendrick. Hager into the windup and deals. Misses with the get-me-over fastball, ball 4, so Kendrick works a 4-pitch walk to give the Ospreys a base runner. And got to be careful with Kendrick's speed here, yeah?
Yeah.
Haven't seen too many stolen base tries this game. More in the first game, right?
Yeah.
Russell Halverson digs in and takes the first pitch fastball for a ball off the outside corner, 1-0. Kendrick the runner at first. Ospreys looking for insurance in the 7th. 1-0 in the dirt, and Hager suddenly lost the strike zone. 6 straight pitches for balls. The 2-0. Outside, ball 3. Missed away off the outside corner. And it's 3-0. So he's having some trouble throwing strikes. Needs to find that quickly.
Yeah.
3-0 the count. Kendrick leads off first. Here's the pitch. Fly ball left field hit well. Silva angling towards the corner. He'll have room and he runs it down in fair territory to make the catch. Right in front of the 338 sign, probably about 333 feet down that left field line. Tony Silva able to track it down for out number 2.
That's big.
That is big. And so here comes Colin Quintana, number 3 hitter. Singled against Connor Dreyer to open the 6th, but Quintana, coming home on a wild pitch, did not touch home plate. And that cost the Ospreys a run. Trying to make amends here. First pitch from Hager is a fastball at the knees for a strike. 0-1. 1-0 Ospreys on top. Yeah?
I think they can get a point.
Let's see. Gotta hold the Ospreys here first. 0-1. There goes the runner. Pitches a strike. Throw down on a hop. Is a little bit late. Horton won't attempt to tag as he fields the short hop. So, Kendrick down to second. 0-2 the count. Quintana gave the Ospreys the lead. 3 batters into this game with the sac fly. And that's been the score ever since. 0-2 the count to the big right-hand hitter.
This has been the score for a very long time.
Indeed it has, as Hager misses outside with a fastball 1-2. Kendrick leads off second. The pitch. Swinging a pop fly foul over our heads. You didn't laugh at that one. Not close enough?
No, it has to hit the net.
Oh, I see. So there's criterion. 1-2 the count. Kendrick leads off second. Here's Hager's pitch. A little bit upstairs with a fastball. And it's 2-2. Two and two the count. Big batter here for Hager. Looks towards Kendrick, now deals home. And it's grounded to third. Miller charges, bobbles, picks it up, throws to first, and he just got him by half a stride. Well, credit Miller for sticking with that one. It's been an adventurous day for the third baseman in the field, but he makes the play there to retire the side. Hager twirls a scoreless frame. One last chance for the Pilots. Down 1-0 heading to the bottom of the seventh. We'll be back in just a few.
That was fast.
It was fast.
I hope the Pilots can get one more.
If not, it would be over. And on that note, welcome back to Pilots Baseball on the Pilots Radio Network. 1-0 Ospreys. Looking to make a one-run lead stick here in the bottom of the seventh. Last licks for the Pilots. Ospreys looking to salvage a game of this doubleheader. Pilots looking to come back and sweep in dramatic fashion. New pitcher for Ocean. It's Jake Umans. The southpaw toes the rubber. Ready for his sixth appearance. Enters the day with a 10.80 ERA. 14 strikeouts in 13 of the third innings pitched. Allowed 20 hits and walked 8 batters. But his last time out on Sunday against the Stallions, he twirled 6 scoreless innings, allowing just 1 hit. Miller, Finley, and Horton, 5, 6, and 7 in the Pilots' order up to face Jake Umans. Last chance for New Jersey here in the seventh. Ospreys struck first with a run 3 batters into this game, and that's been all this. Very low scoring indeed. Up, Nate Miller trying to get things started further than third. Umans with the first pitch, and he misses well outside with a fastball, 1-0. Left-hander on for the save try. 5'10", 200 pounds, deals from the third base side to the rubber. Into the windup, the 1-0 to Miller. Lifted in the air towards center. Halverson angles in a couple strides, waits for it to come down, and makes the one-handed catch for out number 1.
Yeah.
So, Pilots now have 2 outs to play with. Will Finley, right-hand hitter, digs in.
I did not.
Finley's 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch after an 8-pitch at-bat his last time up. Umans into the windup. First pitch to Finley is a curveball that bends upstairs. A ball and no strikes. Umans with the 1-0. Upstairs with a fastball, 2-0. Infield back, as is the outfield against the big hitter Will Finley. 2-0. Outside with a fastball, ball 3. The Pilots in desperate need of a base runner, down 1-0 in the bottom of the seventh in a 7-inning game. Horton would be next. 3-0 the count to Finley. Umans deals. And he gets a fastball down the middle for a strike. 3-1. Finley could get a pitch to hit here. He's got power. Represents the tying run at the plate. Umans with the 3-1. At the letters for a strike. 3-2. Borderline call goes Umans' way. And the count is full. Umans working quickly. The 3-2 pitch to Will Finley is a little bit outside ball 4, and the Pilots have the tying run on base. Nice at bat for Finley. He works a walk, and here comes Liam Horton. Horton 0 for 2 on the day. Got under a fastball his last time up and had lifted a mile-high pop-up to left. Tying run aboard at first. Umans added the stretch. His first pitch home is a fastball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Well, Finley doesn't have a whole lot of speed on at first. See if he could get down to second some way, somehow. The 0-1. Breaking ball wraps around the outside corner for a ball. 1-1. Catcher Joe Nolan has a pretty good arm behind the dish. 1-1 the count. Umans out of the stretch to Horton, and it's lifted high in the air left field. Hooking foul. 1-2. Alex Turner on deck. Pilots looking to rally, down 1-0 in the last of the 7th in a 7-inning game. Umans out of the stretch. The 1-2. Lifted in the air towards center, hit pretty well, but playable for Halverson. Makes the one-hand catch, and the Pilots are down to their final out. And it all rests on the shoulders of Alex Turner. Turner, the right-handed hitter, waits for Umans to climb back atop the hill, and now he steps into the box. Finley aboard at first at the tying run. Pilots down 1-0 down to their final out. Umans deals. And Turner goes after a first pitch fastball outside, strike 1. The 0-1. Breaking ball poured in for a strike. And just like that, the Pilots are down to their final strike.
This is scary.
It all rests on the shoulders of Alex Turner. Finley on at first. Umans looking to give the Ospreys a win. The 0-2 breaking ball cued to first, hooking foul down the line. And Turner just barely able to stay alive. Tony Silva would be next if Turner can keep the line moving for the Pilots in the 7th.
I hope he can.
4th pitch of the at-bat coming from Jake Umans to Alex Turner. The right fielder looking to play hero for the Pilots. The 0-2. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Nolan completes the throw down, and that'll do it. Turner goes down swinging. The Pilots drop game 2 with a doubleheader, 1-0. And it's a doubleheader split here at Doc Young. New Jersey takes the opener. Ocean takes game number 2, 1-0. Well, that's going to do it for our coverage of Pilots Baseball on the Pilots Radio Network. Thanks for tuning in from wherever you are. And thanks for joining me, Nessa.
You're welcome.
That's going to do it. For Nessa, I'm Jared Greenspan, signing out, from Doc Young Field. We'll see you Monday for the Pilots' next game here from Doc Young.